In this video, we'll talk a little bit about destinations in general. We'll talk about the Girl Scout travel progression, all about destinations, how to learn more, how to apply, and what's next. Let's get started. First, we'll talk about destinations. What are they? We call them the ultimate Girl Scout adventure. Girl Scout destinations are travel programs for individual Girl Scouts at the cadet, senior, or ambassador levels. With different trips every year, there's something amazing for everyone to experience, both here in the United States and abroad. These trips last from 4 to 5 days to 2 weeks and mostly take place during the summer, although there may be one during winter break as well. Individual girls apply for destinations from all across the movement, so you'll make friends from all over the country as you travel with Girl Scouts from different states and even Girl Scouts from overseas. Destinations are for girls only. They are not for troops or groups of friends, and they are not for parents or troop leaders. Destinations are for girls who are ready to take travel to the next level and to meet new friends while traveling the world. Girl Scout Alex traveled to Costa Rica and Iceland, where she learned valuable skills in entrepreneurship and time management to be able to attend the destinations. Alex says, "Participating in destinations taught me to be independent and work hard for something I wanted. I sold thousands of cookies and learned how to manage my time with a job and school so I could travel during the summers. I learned how to make a timeline so I had the application submitted on time and I was prepared for when the time came to finally go on my destination." Let's talk for a minute about the Girl Scout travel progression, how you know you're ready for a destination, and how you can get ready if you're not quite there yet. First, Girl Scouts love to travel, from the field trips you take as brownies to the global adventures you may go on as teens. Through travel, Girl Scouts gain confidence, have new experiences, meet challenges, and expand their understanding of themselves and the world around them, becoming global citizens. And of course, travel is fun. Most girls start out traveling with their troops, from day trips to overnights to week-long journeys in the U.S. or abroad. Older Girl Scouts can travel independently with groups from their local councils or on Destinations, our national travel program for independent teens. The Girl Scout travel progression is a guide to helping girls develop the travel skills they need to become confident, independent travelers while having amazingly fun experiences along the way. By following this travel progression, you will find new travel adventures to experience at every level of Girl Scouting and build more confidence in your abilities as a traveler and a travel planner. Destinations is the peak of the travel progression for Girl Scouts in the independent travel category. Designed for girls who already have some extended national travel experience or international travel experience, you'll embark on an independent journey with Girl Scouts from across the movement. If you don't have much travel experience yet, think about how you can build up this experience. Are you part of a troop that's interested in traveling? Can you take the lead on some of the planning on family vacation? Can you start by attending summer camp? For help planning a trip with your troop, Girl Scouts has 2 resources for you: a guide to planning travel in the U.S. and a global travel toolkit for international travel. Check the Girl Scouts website travel section to find both of these resources. This is Carolyn. Carolyn attended 3 destinations. First, she went on a domestic trip to Massachusetts, then a trip to Germany, and finally a trip to Mexico. Carolyn noticed that traveling with Girl Scouts is different from traveling with her family or her school because she always feels more adventurous and like she is more in the lead. Back to destinations. Let's learn some more about these trips. There are 25 to 35 destinations each year. About half are domestic, or in the United States, and about half are international. Across all destinations, there are between 500 and 600 participants. The average number of girls per trip is 14, but this ranges from some trips that have just 7 or 8 girls and some trips that have 30 or more girls. There are several types of destinations. There are domestic and international destinations, and programs that focus on the outdoors, STEM, life skills, and careers. Regardless of the type of destination you go on, you'll develop new skills for your future and have new experiences. Destinations are organized or hosted in 3 different ways. A Girl Scout Council might host a destination. For example, they may host a program for girls from across the USA at their summer camp. Sometimes a Girl Scout Council wants to host a program overseas and partner with a tour provider to travel internationally. And finally, Girl Scouts of the USA has relationships with a few tour providers who create and run destinations just for Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts of the USA does not organize and run any destination directly. In all of these cases, the destination host has experienced adult chaperones already in place to prepare the girls before they travel and to guide the girls through their travel adventure. All these hosts follow all Girl Scout safety rules and guidelines, including our safety activity checkpoints. As I mentioned, destinations are for individual girls. Troops cannot apply, and girls are discouraged from applying in groups or pairs, since this is a chance for you to step out on your own and explore. This program is designed for cadets, seniors, and ambassadors, but not every trip is for every age. Some trips are just for cadets, and some trips are just for girls 14 and over or 15 and over. Check the website for the age requirements for each trip. Some trips are posted 2 years in advance, so when you look at the website, make sure to think about how old you will be in 2 years. Girl Scout juniors can definitely start looking at destinations now. As a reminder, adults are not eligible to participate. You must be a registered Girl Scout member with our local council, but if you're not currently registered, that's okay. You can register now and apply. This is Maya, who traveled on an outdoor adventure to Iceland. Maya was really hesitant to travel without her troop or any of her friends, but she took the plunge and ended up having life-changing adventures, like hiking glaciers and snorkeling the Continental Divide. Let's look at how you can learn more about specific destinations available next year and some trips for the following year already posted now. You can find the destinations website by visiting girlscouts.org/destinations. This website has detailed descriptions for all the trips for next year and some of the trips for the following year. You can use filters to look for certain categories or requirements. For example, if you'll be a rising 9th grader next summer, click on 9th graders to see all trips available to you. You can also filter for trips for this year or just the following year. You can click on domestic to see just trips in the US or international to see trips outside the US. Finally, you can click on the type of program you're interested in: outdoors, STEM, life skills, etc. Some destinations have all of these things and will show up in multiple categories. Each destination's posting has photos, a general description, details about the requirements, and price. Be sure to read the full description. First, make sure you're eligible based on your age and experience. Then look at the activities to make sure this is the kind of trip you really want to take. Read the rest of these details, including those about price. Destinations are available at a wide range of prices. Some trips start at $800 and others can be more than $6,000. Be sure to read the description in detail and compare programs carefully. For example, how long is the trip? One trip may be more expensive, but it may be significantly longer than another. One very important thing to consider is airfare. One trip may seem much less expensive than another, but if it doesn't include any airfare, that might make them much closer in price in reality. Some trips may have decreased program fees thanks to grant funding. If this is the case, it will be clearly noted in the pricing section of the website. Some trips may also have scholarships you can apply for. Details of how to apply will be listed on the page. You can also apply for travel credits through our council to help fund your trip. How do parents feel about their girls going on destinations? Let's hear from a mom whose daughter Evelyn just attended Space Academy. Lori says, "From the parent perspective, it was incredibly heartening to witness your daughter grow in confidence. She met young women from Florida, Oregon, North Carolina, Indiana, etc. It was a diverse group and they melded beautifully. Evelyn's destination gave her experience in building interpersonal and problem-solving skills within a team." To access the application worksheet, go to any specific destination page. Download the form called Destinations Information and Application Worksheet. This will be your rough draft. You will copy the information into the online form once you have everything completed. You will need some basic information for your application, including your contact information, your parent or guardian contact information, and the name of our Girl Scout Council, Girl Scouts of Alaska. Another thing you will need is the name and email address of 2 people who have already agreed to provide a reference for you. This means that they are a trusted adult who knows you well enough to write about your skills and why you would succeed if you were chosen for the destination. This person could be your Girl Scout leader, a teacher, religious leader, sports coach, or if you have a job, it could be your supervisor. Your references should not be a peer your age or a family member. In order for your application to be complete, you must have 2 references complete the application. You'll have the option of adding a third if you would like, but it is not required. After you complete your part of the online application, a link will be sent to your reference to complete their part. You should contact the person to ask them if they're willing to be a reference before you enter their email address into your application. Let them know about destinations, the trips you are applying to, and why you want to attend. Then ask them if they're willing to be your reference and if they're able to complete the reference form by the deadline dates. More on deadlines later. After you complete your application, let your references know that the link should have been emailed to them. Thank them again for serving as a reference and remind them of the deadline. You will get an email when your references complete their sections, so you will know when your application is complete. If you do not get the email and it is a couple days before your deadline, check in with your references to see if they completed the form or if they still have time to do so. The application will also ask you to list your skills and activities. Be sure to make a complete inventory of everything you do and everything you know how to do, from school to your place of worship to Girl Scouts and chores at home. Once you've made your list, ask a parent or friend to check it and make sure you haven't missed anything. You'll use the travel experience section to show how you're ready for this destination experience. You'll talk about how you have been away from your family before and why the experience was meaningful. You will write a unique essay for each destination you want to apply to. Talk about why you're interested in that specific trip. Let the destination host know what you hope to get out of this experience. Are there skills you hope to learn, or is it a place you've always wanted to see? Be specific. Write about what you bring. What are your specific skills that are relevant to the destination? For example, if this destination is to a city where you'll be staying at a hotel, it's less important to talk about your camping experience and more important to talk about your experience using buses and subways. If it is an outdoor destination, talk about your camping experience and skills. Be sure to completely prepare your essay before you begin to enter your information online. You cannot save your information in the online application and come back and finish it later. You must complete it in one sitting. You should have your entire essay drafted and saved on the worksheet in case you have any technical issues while you're completing the online form. Once you've completed the application worksheet, return to the destination's website and click on the Apply link. If you are 13 or older, you can complete the application on your own, but make sure you have a parent or guardian nearby at the time. There is a section at the end where your parent or guardian has to verify their support for your application. If you are under 13, your parent or guardian must complete the application on your behalf, but you can work on this together. You'll have to complete a separate application for each trip you want to apply to, up to 4 trips. You can copy most of the information exactly from your worksheet. Just make sure you are entering a different essay for each trip. You have to complete the application in one sitting, so make sure you have everything you need before you begin. Now let's look at the application timeline. Destinations have an early decision application period. If you're really interested in a specific trip, be sure to apply by the early decision deadline. All applications received by the early decision deadline will be reviewed at the same time. If you do not get your application completed, including your references, by that deadline, then your application will be considered on a rolling basis after the girls who applied have made their decisions on whether to attend or not. Some destinations have a very high demand and fill up. If you have a strong interest in a destination, be sure that your application is completed by the application date. The deadline for early decision is November 15th. This means that your applications and references must be complete by this date. Therefore, you should aim to complete your application by November 1st at the latest, giving your references time to complete their sections. Remember to look for the emails that confirm that your references have completed their sections, and check in with your references if you have not received the confirmations. Once you and your references complete the application, the destination host will review your application. The host will email you by December 15th to alert you if you are accepted, not accepted, or placed on a wait list. Once you select a destination, you must pay a non-refundable deposit by the date set by your host. The deposit goes to your program fee for the destination. The deposit is non-refundable so that it confirms your seriousness in attending the destination. Check each website for the amount of the non-refundable deposit. A few application reminders. Remember to write a unique essay for each specific destination, talking about why that destination is for you. Complete your application so that you're leaving plenty of time for your references. And make sure that the email addresses you enter for yourself, your parents or guardians, and your references are exact and correct. This is the only way that the destination host can reach you. We hope this was an informative video. Visit girlscouts.org/destinations to research all the available destination trips and apply soon. If you have any questions, please email us at customercare@girlscoutsalaska.org.